Thank you for joining with me for the meditation for lesson 133. I will not value what is valueless. Today we list the real criteria by which to test all things you think you want. There are but two laws, however many there appear to be. The range is set, and this we cannot change. There is no compromise in what your choice must bring. It cannot give you just a little, for there is no in-between. Each choice you make brings everything to you or nothing. First, if you choose a thing that will not last forever, what you choose is valueless. Time can never take away a value that is real. Next, if you choose to take a thing away from someone else, you will have nothing left. This is because when you deny his right to everything, you have denied your own. Your next consideration is the one on which the others rest. Why is the choice you make of value to you? What attracts your mind to it? What purpose does it serve? Here it is easiest of all to be deceived. For what the ego wants, it fails to recognize. Yet its camouflage is a thin veneer which could deceive but those who are content to be deceived. And so we come to the criterion for choice that is the hardest to believe because its obviousness is overlaid with many levels of obscurity. If you feel any guilt about your choice, you have allowed the ego's goals to come between the real alternatives. All things are valuable or valueless, worthy or not of being sought at all, entirely desirable or not worth the slightest effort to obtain. Choosing is easy because of this. I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, for only that do I desire to find. I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, for only that do I desire to find. And now let us receive what waits for us at the gate of heaven, which swings open as we come. Heaven is reached with empty hands and open minds. Let us reach this state today with self-deception laid aside, an honest willingness to value but the truly valuable and the real. I will not value what is valueless, and only what has value do I seek, and only that do I desire to find. I will not value what is valueless. This is another important lesson which contrasts, as did the previous one, with the reality of heaven, which is truth and God's love, with the illusory nature of everything in this world. Thus, only what is of God or would lead us back to Him has value, while everything that roots us still further in this world is valueless. The lesson also provides the foundation for the discussion in the manual of the stages in the development of trust, particularly the first three, which treat the difference between what is valuable and what is valueless. Let us search our minds throughout the day in honest willingness and see how we continually seek after the valueless. Anything involving a judgment against others or even hinting of specialness is inherently valueless. Therefore, asking Jesus to help us look at everything differently allows us to shift from the valueless to the valuable. Having asked for help in seeking what has true value, we are guaranteed we shall find it. This is a reading from the text, chapter 3, section 6, paragraph 3. You have no idea of the tremendous release and deep peace that comes from meeting yourself and your brothers totally without judgment. Judgments are the needless burdens to which Jesus refers. When you start making judgments of yourself and others, stop as quickly as possible and ask if you really want the consequences of such valueless thoughts. Difficult decisions, too, result from having valued the valueless. Yet no decision can be difficult here because there is no here. The only true decision is the mind's choice between the ego and Jesus. What can be simpler? Choosing Him releases the ego's investment in being right, and when you return your attention to a decision on the level of form, you will automatically know the most loving thing to do. We certainly need to make decisions while in a body, but our loving teacher renders them effortless, for they gently follow the mind's right-minded decision. Therefore, when such decisions are problematic and anxiety, depression, and guilt surround them, you know you have chosen the wrong teacher. Jesus' request is simple at this point. Drop the ego's hand and take his instead. Difficulty follows only when you resist his simple request. This is your signal that you have once again seen the world as worthwhile or worthless, helpful or harmful. A valueless perception indeed. Recognizing the need to return to the mind, you remember that what alone is valuable in this world is learning to choose Jesus as your teacher and guide, to forgive instead of condemn, a choice you now happily make. I will not value what is valueless, for what is valuable belongs to me. I love you. Thank you so much for joining with me and Ken Wapnick. I'm reading from his Journey Through the Workbook of A Course in Miracles by the Foundation for A Course in Miracles. Have a beautiful day, evening, sleep, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining with me.